Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's a very exciting video. I've been waiting to do this video forever, ever since I started booktube actually, because I don't know, I feel this is one of the things I'm very ashamed of when I started booktube, was that I had not read the Harry Potter series. That was like, I don't know, every time I would talk to people about books, they'd be like, oh my god, and they'd make a Harry Potter reference, and I'd be like, what? Yeah? So I did not start reading the Harry Potter series until I was 17 years old, but today is going to be my review of the entire Harry Potter series because I have finished the entire Harry Potter series, finally. So I decided to wait to do this review. I didn't review any of these books individually except for like a little tiny review on Goodreads. Follow me on my Goodreads, I'll link it below. But I wanted to wait to not even do like anything on my book blog or anything because I wanted to do just one big video of the Harry Potter series. And this is actually my brother's collection, so thank you very much, Young Will, for supplying me with this. I also did not notice that there's like this cool picture of Harry, Ron, and Hermione on this dragon on the back, and that's hella cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do this video in two parts. So it's gonna start with me just talking about like an average book review, and then I'm gonna be like, yo, this is the part where I start talking about spoilers, so if you have not read the Harry Potter series, please stop watching the video at that point. I promise you will get all the content you need until you read it. I mean, I guess you could keep watching, but, you know, you'd be a little rebel. So, I don't want you to get spoiled, so don't say I didn't warn you. So, starting off, if you have not read the Harry Potter series, this book is about a young boy named Harry, and Harry has no parents. They were killed by the Dark Wizard, Voldemort, and basically, Harry lives in this world where there's like all these wizards that are like underground, the regular people world, or the Muggle world. And Harry finds out he's a wizard when he turns 11. He gets a letter from a school called Hogwarts for witchcraft and wizardry. And he goes to Hogwarts and he finds friends and he has lots of adventures, and yeah. So that's basically the overall plot of it. I gave this wonderful series. I'm going to try to hold it up, but I don't know how much I'll be able to because it's kind of heavy. I feel like I could not give this series 5 out of 5 stars because it was just so amazing and every part of it was great and it was just magical and it reminded me of being a kid again, which is fantastic feeling. It kind of reminded me of the first time I went to Disney World, you know? Like that kind of happiness is what I felt in this 7-book collection. So I'm surprised I read them all in one school year too. I actually started, I think, don't quote me on this, I think I started in like October, and I just finished now in April. So I've never actually read like a full book series, especially with books like this wide, in a full school year. So that's kind of exciting. It's a reading step for me. But the writing in this book is absolutely fantastic. The way Rowling writes the books, by J.K. Rowling, obviously, the way she writes the books, it's kind of one of those books that captures the adult mind as well as the young readers. So it's like easy enough to understand for young readers, but it's also the way she uses words just kind of makes an adult feel like, wow, that's fucking beautiful. Like, I think there was a quote in maybe either the 6th book or the 5th book that was like, don't you know how much tyrants fear the people they oppress? And there's all these like really deep, like enlightening quotes in these books that are like scattered in with the happiness, and you're like, damn. Well, damn. So that was definitely super cool. The plot is very good. It does not say like super consistent. I felt like during the first 2 books it was kind of, it started to get the same, and I was really hoping that it would not be the same for the 3rd book, and it was not. So if you are reading the first 2 and you're kind of like, this plot line is the same, don't worry because it gets much better. It actually, you notice how the series goes on, the books get darker and they get bigger. So this book is very happy and small, and this book is very big and sad. So yeah. But basically the first 2, I felt like it was kind of Harry goes to school and then he meets his friends and then they find out something cool, like that, you know, has to do with the book title, like a Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, or a Chamber of Secrets. And then Harry has to defeat a bad guy, and it's usually Voldemort. And then everyone's all great and everyone loves Harry, and he plays a few Quidditch games. So, by the way, Quidditch is like broomstick football, and it's great. And a lot of colleges actually have Quidditch teams now, and I don't know if mine does, but if it does, that'll get me to go outside. So, and the characters in this book are absolutely my life. The main three characters, otherwise known as the Golden Trio, are Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger. And Harry Potter is the boy who lived, and he's kind of snarky, and he's a little bit entitled. He gets a little bit entitled toward the ends of the books, but at the beginning, he's just a small little boy who wants to be loved, and it's really cute. And Ron Weasley is one of my favorite examples of just like generosity, I guess. He comes from a very poor family with a bunch of kids, and even though he has absolutely nothing, he offers Harry his sandwich, which is like the only food he has on the train when he first meets him. Ron gets a little bit bitchy. Well, he turns into a little bitch towards the end of the book, but I think it's just because Harry and Ron are teenagers, and that's just kind of how teenagers work. Hermione Granger is a smart, sensible girl who was raised by muggles, but she is a witch, and she is very smart, and she loves reading, and she knows almost everything because she reads all her school books before school starts. And I feel like I'm kind of a combination of Hermione and Harry, because I'm not as smart as Hermione, but I definitely am as organized as Hermione. I don't know. I like Hermione. And then there are a bunch of other minor characters who are wonderful and great, and you meet them throughout the series. And I don't want to say minor characters because my absolute favorite character, Luna Lovegood, is a minor character, but she's still kind of plays a major role. But the main three are kind of who everyone talks about. So, alright, and actually, no, I'll wait. Okay, so basically, if you have not read this series yet, I think you definitely should. I think it's absolutely a must for all people who like to read. Now, I don't want to say it's a must because you might not like fantasy books, you might not like middle grade books, and that's perfectly fine. We all have different reading tastes. But if you like fantasy books, if you like cult classics, you definitely should give this a read if you have not already. And if you don't want to read this many books, I guess you could watch the movies, but they cut out so much of the movies. They cut out so much of the books when they made the movies. So definitely if you want a really good story, you should read the Harry Potter series. So that is the end of my non-spoiler review. Now comes the spoilers. I'm going to talk about my favorite parts of the book. I'm going to talk about stuff I liked, stuff I didn't like, and this is a spoiler review. So if you have not read Harry Potter, please stop watching this video. I promise you will not miss anything. I just noticed that my panty sticker is up on my bookshelf. I just noticed you can see my Save the Undies sticker. I don't have any explanation for that, but there she is. Boop, boop. So if you guys have not read the series, please stop watching the video, and if you have not read the series, thank you for watching this part of the video, and I'll see you next week. So, now that everyone's gone, let's get to the spoilers. So first I want to talk about my favorite and least favorite book of the series. I feel like it was kind of a fun thing to do. When I say my least favorite, I gave all these books 5 out of 5 stars, so I don't mean that it's like not good, because it definitely is good. It's just, out of all of them, if I had to pick one, yeah. So let's start with my favorite, because I'm a happy person. My favorite book out of the series was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and it was absolutely fantastic. This is the one where he finds out he has a godfather, Sirius Black, who is one of my husbands. I will explain my husbands later. And I like this one because it doesn't follow like the cookie cutter norm of the first 2 books, and it's really interesting. And this is where Rowling starts dropping hints that you don't realize until the end, and I really like how she drops like these foreshadowing hints, and then you realize it at the end, and you're like, whoa, and it all comes together, and it's really cool. So, and you learn about the Marauders, the 4 guys, and you meet Sirius, and Sirius is my life, and I also love Remus, and this book is just so great. So I think this is definitely my favorite out of all of them. And my least favorite would be the 6th one, just because Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is my least favorite, just because I feel like it's kind of the eclipse of the Harry Potter series, like Eclipse from the Twilight series. I feel like it's the least memorable. I don't really remember what happens in here besides a lot of looking into a pensive, and towards the end where Dumbledore dies, obviously that's like, holy shit, and you're gonna remember that. But I feel like the rest of the book was just kind of like, you know? I don't know. I kind of got bored. It wasn't as interesting as it could have been, so this would be my least favorite book. But I still love it, because I love all of Harry's wonderful whimsical adventures. Speaking of Harry, I did not like how Harry turned into a little bitch. Like, I love the books. I love Harry Potter. You will never catch me saying a bad word about Harry Potter without saying a million good words about Harry Potter. But Harry was kind of being a little bitch in, like, kind of starting in the fourth one on. I don't know. He kind of, I don't know. He seems kind of entitled. Like, he's all like, why didn't Dumbledore tell me this? Oh, why didn't Dumbledore do this? You know, he's kind of expecting so much, and he seems so entitled. And I feel like even though he'll never, like, Harry would never say, I'm the boy who lived. I deserve to be here more than any of you. I feel like he's thinking it. And that just kind of is what, maybe it's just him being a teenager. I don't really know, but Harry is a little bitch toward the end of the book. I mean, this is just such a beloved series, and I'm really glad that, even though I read it a little later than the rest of the world, I'm glad that I got to read it when I did, you know, so very exciting. And, oh, my husbands. Let's talk about my husbands real quick. I was very mad that Rowling kept killing off my husbands, because Cedric Diggory was my husband, then he died, and then I was like, okay, well, I mean, he's a little old, but he's still daddy material. Sirius Black is my husband, and then he died. And then Bill Weasley was my husband, and he got married, which is kind of like dying, honestly. And who else was my husband? There wasn't anyone else, actually. I don't think I fell in love with anyone else. I kind of like Tonks. Tonks was kind of like my lady crush, but... oh god, she died too. I just remembered that she died. I was going to be like, she got married, but... that's something else that pissed me off. Why does little Teddy Tonks have to grow up without a dad or a mom? Like, why? I'm gonna leave before I start crying. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. It really means a lot to me that you guys have stuck with me for however long you have stuck with me. I don't know. But it really means a lot that you guys watch my videos. So thank you very much for that from the bottom of my sad, lifeless heart. And, yeah, from the bottom of my sad little Hello Kitty lifeless heart. Give this video a thumbs up if you didn't, or give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. There we go. Subscribe if you have not already. Comment below what you want to see next, and I will see you guys later. Bye.